Kim and Kanye's baby is a saint. It is awesome. Actually,
you just gave it away. You didn't even, you didn't give a lead-in, there's no
I know.
teaser.
I'm actually excited about this, and I really couldn't give a crap initially, but I actually care now because I think this is an awesome name.
Because
they
you
named
love
the
name.
kid, and they basically had to name this kid for her to get out of the hospital, which we will explain in a minute, but they have now named the kid. The baby boy's name is Saint West.
It only took about 3 days to come up with the name, but yes, he was born early Saturday morning, and they finally decided on the name. Probably because she wants to leave the hospital.
I was gonna say, didn't it feel like this is what was coming though? The baby was due on Christmas morning, and when we were throwing out guesses last week, it was like Majesty or like, I don't know, it was just, there's something royal about it, or I don't know, even religious.
Or religious.
Yeah, and boom, she decided to go with that and name the baby Saint.
I gotta say, really, I've never heard of a kid named Saint. I can't think of anybody named Saint. That's interesting. It's really a cool name.
No.
So, and listen, here's the deal. At Cedars-Sinai, and I guess a lot of hospitals, you cannot leave the hospital without writing the kid's name on the birth certificate.
The rule there is what, you have 5 days?
You have 5 days, or when the mother is released, whichever comes first, and the baby's name has to be on the birth certificate. A name has to be on, and they couldn't figure it out. 3 days after birth, they finally did, but for whatever reason, they didn't come up with a name prior to the time the kid was born.
I can tell you, Harvey, there's a couple reasons. Number one, I can say that as of this morning, it's Monday morning, and like you said, the baby was born Saturday morning. They did not have a 100% name. They were tossing a few names around this morning, on Monday morning, and you're right that you have to name your baby before you leave the hospital, and Kim has just put it out like a few minutes before we started talking to you guys, but I can tell you one of the reasons that happened, and that is that Kim had some complications with the birth. She had placenta, I want to say this right, accreta, which is a disorder where the placenta and the uterus grow together. And it's very, very dangerous. And years ago, you could die from this disorder, but now, luckily, they were able to control it, and she was able to have natural birth, but it was very, very painful. And Kim is saying one of the worst things she's ever felt. Remember, she's already given birth once, so she knows how that feels. This one apparently was much worse than the first time around.
When are they leaving the hospital, by the way, Mike?
I'm guessing today. The reason I
That's what
brought
I think
up
Probably why they came up with the name.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. The
Kim's
reason
like,
I brought the
out, write
accreta,
whatever you want on it.
Right.
Yeah, the reason I brought that up is they, remember, didn't have a name leading up to now, but I was told that they were going to like see their son and go, okay, that is a saint, or whatever the name they were throwing around.
Right.
But because she was in so much pain, it wasn't as easy on Saturday to do.
Okay, so be honest here. Do you believe, because you know a lot about this, and you know the family, do you think they had this name all along and now they just kind of dropped it at the right time, or do you think they really just had no idea?
I can tell you, I can prove to you they didn't have it the whole time, and here's how.
Prove it.
Right behind me, we're working on this story right now, but Saint West is a production company in San Diego that has all the rights to multimedia, film, television, everything to do with media. They have all of the copyright, all of
yeah, but they can't block them from naming the kids.
No, but Harvey, you're in this business.
Yeah.
If they knew a month ago they were going to name, and this company is very, very new. If for months they knew, and they had 9 months, but if they knew, they would have gone in and gotten registered all these names. Even the Twitter handle at Saint West is a rapper from Vancouver. So like these guys woke up this morning and went, yes, yes.
Yeah.
You know, like,
no, this is the best thing ever.
But Mike's right, because after when they named North, they went out, they got copyrights for all those things.
Right.
Northwest.
That's a good idea.
Right.
Hey, this is Cayente in New York City. Young, listen, Saint is a cool name. I've never met anyone with the name Saint before.
Me neither.
And then the name Saint means holy. So hopefully the kid turns out to be like a holy, happy-go-lucky kid who doesn't cause us any problems and inspires the young generation to be good.
Oh, I love Saint Holy West.
There's a lot of pressure.
There is a lot of pressure to be a saint.
Although, if the kid ever screws up, he's like, what are you talking about? I'm a saint.
I'm a saint. Moving on.